Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another Sonic Boom merchandise video. So now I'm going to be reviewing the TOMY Knuckles the Echidna plush. Okay, so for those that don't know, Sonic Boom is a spin-off series to the Sonic the Hedgehog universe. If you'd like to hear me talk more about the Sonic Boom franchise as a whole and give a much more in-depth introduction, and here is my Sonic Boom collectible reviews playlist, which contains all my past reviews from the Sonic Boom merchandise lines. Check some of the first videos from that playlist where I give a much more longer in-depth description on Sonic Boom if you're interested. Okay, moving straight to the Knuckles review. He's a pretty interesting looking plush. In fact, he's unlike any other Knuckles plush that I own, or in fact any other Knuckles the Echidna merchandise that I own, and that is because of the design Knuckles has in Sonic Boom. Now, out of all the redesigns that the Sonic characters went through for Sonic Boom, Knuckles is by far the most drastically different. I mean, Amy and Tails didn't really change that much, and Sonic was literally just a bit taller and he had blue arms with couple of accessories attached to his attire, but Knuckles has completely changed. They've given him this much more masculine style look of a Sonic character with these huge arms and this massively built upper body, but he seemed to retain his smaller legs though. Now, I don't really have a problem with the redesign Knuckles went through, but I'm not a huge fan of what they did to his character, basically turning him into sort of like a big idiot, which I'm not a huge fan of that sort of style. I much preferred how he appeared in earlier forms from the Sonic universe, but I don't hate the character, it's just I'm not particularly a fan of how he's treated in the show. But anyway, starting off with the plush. As a plush itself, it's not a bad looking plush. It has a couple of flaws, but overall it's a pretty nicely made plush. We'll start at the bottom part here with his shoes. His shoes appear to be made of all of the same material. Again, it's pretty interesting seeing his shoes like this, because I'm usually always used to seeing Knuckles with grey parts on his shoes, so it's pretty strange seeing it mostly all red with the exception of the yellow part and blue at the top. He's a very red looking plush, pretty much all over. The green parts around his ankles, they're only stitched at the back there, so you've got a little bit of movement there. You've got his bandages or sports tape around his ankles going halfway up his legs. And then we come to the middle part of his upper body. He's got this very firm, hard chest that's very well stuffed. You can see just how as I'm pushing it in, it's literally bouncing back out straight away. His arms are very well stuffed as well, very firm. Not a great deal load of movement you're getting there, comparing to the other 6-inch Sonic Boom plushes, which are a lot more flexible. But then he's supposed to be a masculine type character anyway, so it's good that he's got this quite hard appearance. Now his gloves, pretty interesting. You've got these Knuckles parts here, and as the redesign also changed for Knuckles, he does have fingers here as well now, and a thumb, although he always had a thumb anyway, but you can see they've stitched fingers into him as well, which is pretty cool, because usually when you get these smaller type plushes, they usually cut back, especially on a Knuckles character. They may have well have ignored this feature and just have left it completely just with the glove there, but it's nice that they've added that extra detail of stitching the fingers. It's the same thing with his left hand. I mean, overall the hands do look pretty good as how it's been stitched and made for a small plush, giving it with that the thumb stitched around like there and the Knuckles points. Even though they are kind of not all the exact same size, it's still pretty cool how it looks for a small plush. His touch tag is on the left hand side of his body. I'll show it to you here. Got Sonic Boom logo. There's some instructions in there, and you've also got the TOMY logo. Now we'll move up to his head. Now this is where I've got one little bit of a flaw with it, and that is his right dreadlock. As you can see, it's sort of in a pretty weird position there. It's just sort of sticking out completely there and looks a bit out of place, as it should be a lot more down like that compared with the other one, but it may just be well how it's stuffed. I would imagine each individual plush as it's being manufactured in a factory will have some sort of slight difference with how it appears. I believe, for instance, last year when you had Jazzware release the Metal Sonic plush, there was a lot of cases where he actually had 6 fingers on a hand, which is pretty funny. Overall, the face is pretty good. His muzzle part of the mouth here is nicely done. His nose is sort of flicking over to the right a bit, but that's just how it was packaged when I opened it. It was sort of flat down. That will eventually come out. His mouth's really nicely done. I do like how that's stitched. It's a lot better how they've done the mouth on Knuckles, comparing him to the Amy one, where it was dead in the middle and the stitching sort of give it a sort of separation, making it look a little bit strange. He's got I think that's purple eyes he's got in Sonic Boom. It looks purple on here. The dreadlocks themselves, they're pretty nicely made. Got a firmness to them. Now the back part's pretty interesting because they've sort of clumped all these dreadlocks together here. And it's given it that slicked back style look, which looks pretty nice. As I said, this is unlike any other Knuckles plush or merchandise that I own, because it just, everything about this looks so drastically different compared to the classic or modern Knuckles. So they're all stitched together. You can only sort of go about a quarter of the way up, and it looks pretty nice because you've got each one of them going off in a different direction, so it really does look pretty cool. The back part, not much really to say here. He has got his tail, although it is a little bit too far up, I'd say. It looks more like it's sticking out of his back. The tag at the front, I'll quickly show. In a little bit of an awkward place. You can see it covers literally his, the whole part of his body here. But nothing much different compared to the other tags that I showed you on the other Sonic Boom reviews, with the exception that it says Knuckles on the front. Now here's a little comparison to a much older Knuckles the Echidna plush. This one is from Sonic Underground. Now I don't really own many small Knuckles the Echidna plushes in general, so this is the only one that I sort of could grab at hand for a little comparison. But he's obviously a lot smaller. Okay, and that's the review, guys. As a plush itself, I'd say it's pretty well done. If you're a fan of Sonic Boom and a fan of Knuckles from Sonic Boom, then you're probably going to want to pick this up. But if you're not a fan of Knuckles' character from Sonic Boom, then chances are you're probably not going to be picking this up. Unless you want to own something pretty drastically different looking in your Knuckles the Echidna collection. But at the moment, these retail at $9.99 in British pounds. Knuckles and Amy seem to be quite hard to get hold of at the moment, but Sonic and Tails are still quite easily obtainable through many shops or internet websites such as eBay. I was quite lucky to find Amy and Knuckles in the wild while out shopping. If you like this video, then I'd really appreciate a thumbs up. That really helps me out a lot. And if you'd like to check out the other reviews for the plushes in front of you, then click the annotation over that character and that will take you to that selected review. Thank you very much for watching this video, guys. Take care of yourselves and see you on the next video.